June 13, 2013. Up at 1313. And you know why? Because 13. Ooh, it's a little fluorescent, so it kind of lights like it's on fire. Anyway, got the new Black Sabbath today. They should have released it today because that would have been appropriate. 1313. But it was released a couple of days ago. Finally got to the store. I could have got it. They said like on iTunes or whatever, but I like to support like the local. There's a local record. His record, because he said, you want it in CD or you want it in the album? And I went, we don't make albums anymore. But I like to support the local ones that still. And what is this place called? They buy and sell CDs and stuff, so you can bring in your stuff. And so if you're looking for some older stuff, you can go in the store. It used to be called. Can't even think of it now. Too much going through my head. Kind of tired because I'm gonna wrap it up a little short. I'm gonna talk about 13 and the 13 here, and then the interesting I heard on the radio today. I listen to a lot of radio besides to just music. I listen to NPR, Minnesota Public Radio, and they had a good story today about the 150th anniversary, which would have made it, it was 150 years ago, 1863. Yep, it's 150 years ago. So 1863. So there was some freed black slaves came up Mississippi River there. They just got their freedom, and they came up Mississippi and landed in St. Paul and started a church. I can't think of the name of the church. The church is still there. They're having a celebration this coming weekend, celebrating their 150th anniversary of freedom and freedom of religion. And it's interesting because the granddaughter of founding one. They said it was interesting because it never would have happened. But he was more educated, so he was able to lead them up. And they met a lot of resistance because it's like, are you actually running away or actually free slaves? So 1863, that was back during the Civil War. So there was a lot of controversy and runaway slaves, and of course the emancipation. So a lot of them were set free. If you fight, we'll give you your freedom. So interesting turning point in history that this country came to blows and almost divided over something as petty as I say it's petty, but at the time it was very serious. Don't be taking our slaves away and taking our workforce, property. There's just all kinds of things that you wrap up into slavery, but it's just not a good thing. I mean, even nowadays when we hear that sex slave trade and younger kids are forced to work in sweatshops, and so we're kind of still fighting it today. That even I wouldn't say it's a slave trade, but even when the Hispanics try to come across the border, they sell themselves pretty cheap and end up in dire straits sometimes, be led astray for what they call is freedom for a better life. Sometimes you put yourself out there and want to. You take a big gamble and put your future in somebody else's hands. So interesting story about him coming up, and he said that he was able to read and write. So he took some courses and then got his pastorship, so he could lead the church. And they came up. Was part of the story is that there was like 50 of them. And that was too many of them gathered up in one spot. It was too much for the city to take. They didn't particularly like that, so they split them up in thirds, and they sent some down to Hastings, which is further down the river, and kind of split them up into different smaller groups. So it seemed like it was more manageable, but not so much of a threat or something like that. That's interesting to hear stories like that, how far we've come in our lives. But this one, like I said, 35 years in the making. They made their last as a group, the original members. I think I mentioned before, the first three, 70, 71, and in 73, the first three albums went gold, sold over like 200 million. But the first three went gold. And then, of course, with any groups, we together for a point. It's very difficult once you lose the singer to sustain, but the guitarist and the bass player, the original guys, even the drummer, one of the original guys. The drummer wasn't in this group. They tried in 2001 to come together and build to record some new material, but it fell apart. Some of that, this is a dual CD, so the second one is they had some of those original six of those original songs on here from that time, plus the new stuff that they've added. But they could not come to agreement. What was interesting, I was looking at one of the websites for this one, and usually if you look at like the images on the web, you can see all the original Black Sabbath. There's four guys. But if you look at this one, 13, it's amazing how they cut that. They cut that drummer right out of the picture. Every picture only shows those three, the three that are recording on this one. And that fourth one, I don't know what happened. It's not really a lot not said. They just said there's a contractional disagreement. Plus they're saying that the drummer was, because Ozzy's like 64, 65, so they're getting up there. Like I said, even the guitars had cancer last year about this time, and taken chemotherapy. So he was kind of in and out over the last year when they was recording this. Kind of, they really wanted to do it. So this kind of their last hurrah. But like I was saying, after Ozzy left in 78, Never Say Die was their last one they did together before Ozzy. They booted Ozzy out because of drugs and alcohol, and it kind of fell apart. But the singer they got after that was fantastic. When you read some of the reviews, a lot of people, and even I say that, because I pulled up some of his YouTube live footage, and he's had such a voice, Ronnie James Dio, and I had seen him with previous band that he was with, and really liked his music. So I was very interested in how the new group would form with him as the lead singer. they didn't disappoint. It was really the two albums that they put together with him before they booted him out. It was excellent. I didn't get to see them. And even they reformed here back in I think before Dio died in 2011, a couple of years ago, which is sad because they still would have been touring because they got together and was making music again. But they had like two other singers. This group had total like 4 different singers over their lifespan. But like I said, 35 years, and I'm really anticipating on seeing the concert, going down to Chicago and seeing that. I got the tickets sitting in the drawer here and just waiting. So if I come back from California a couple weeks, then I'm heading out to Chicago. But I'm really excited about seeing them because I missed them. They did come through Oklahoma City there, and well, if Ozzy was still with them, because I wanted to see him with the original Ozzy, and they split up right after that. They came through, and I had the choice, and I told the story before. I had the choice of going to Jamaica with my dad, or 7th row of Black Sabbath and Jamaica. Black Sabbath, Jamaica. I figured, well, they'll come back through again. I'd love to know if they'd split up, and that would be it. But like I said, I've been waiting 35 years, long time to see them. So excited. Haven't listened to it yet. I just got it. Just got it on the way home, and then when I got home, I had to mow the lawn. Picked up a Subway and had to mow the lawn. Because Tross in here, and he got ran off. Him and Gordon, I don't know. It's like these oil and water. They just don't mix. I can't leave them two in the same house alone. It's like, but I've been dealing with this for like 3 years now, and it's just back and forth. So I don't know. Have to wait and see. Don't know what's gonna happen there. But I'm gonna leave you with see one of the other things. The video that they did for the song I'm gonna play is the first one that was released. And they did it live on one of these TV shows last month. Was it this month? God, that was last month. And one of those crime shows. I want to say Law and Order. I don't sound right. What's that one they do? It takes place in Las Vegas. It's like the crime lab and investigate a murder. What is that called? Anyway, they debuted the song there, and even had a guest appearance from Ozzy talking there in the show, and it was really interesting. I had to see it. But the song I'm gonna play, "God Is Dead," talks about nuclear. When we discovered nuclear bomb and dropped it, and doom and gloom, and what's the future of mankind if we want to wipe each other out so easily. Let's just drop a bomb. So interesting. And the one who did the video, I was reading about this too. Anyway, I was saying this is number 1 in five countries. So it should. They're talking. It might be their first number 1 album. The other ones hit pretty good. They made like number 8. So what was it? paranoid. Had to be paranoid. Made it number one in the UK because that's where they're from. That is like the 13th. Made it 13th here. So definitely want to. They're anticipating it's going to sell pretty good, pretty big. But anyway, the video that they just released this week, I started to watch it, but my iPad was choking up. Couldn't spit it out properly, so I started couldn't catch up. Couldn't catch up with it. So, but it was filmed. Who produced the video for the song was a guy who has this. I don't know if you've done any research, but look up Zeitgeist, which is Zeitgeist. Yeah, try to spell it. It comes out Zeitgeist. But even though there's this movement, and this guy, even Taras, I mean, this new generation, showed me a couple of videos of there was a movie, Zeitgeist, and it's all about, I was just glancing at some of the information, and it's all about not having different countries, different religions, different peoples, different nationalities, but trying to put together as one human species, and I think together as a unit, we're more powerful, that we can overcome starvation and hunger and oppression and all these things in the world that keeps us down from advancing as a race. If we could just quit from fighting amongst ourselves and come together as a whole, as just one species. It's remarkable that they really project that we can really make some inways, but we haven't done it yet. So it's kind of hard. But with this this internet thing, it's like you get more people on the bandwagon. People listen to you. But there's a big Zeitgeist movement, and the guy who's behind that and did the movie, did the video for this song, God is Dead. So go check it out on YouTube. Maybe not. In the Black Sabbath, but there's a little picture. Kind of shows the flip going off in the background. But interesting. I'm excited. Chicago, California, Minneapolis. That is the typical. He's supposed to be really the producer who helped him produce this was the one that was going to do it in 2001, and got them back together and really stood on top of them. But he was a big fan from the original five albums. So they really tried to get the feel of the original Black Sabbath, and I think he's done. I haven't heard it, but I think he's got good reviews and doing a good job of getting it to play. So this is kind of continuation of what where they left off. So pick up where they left off. It's not easy to do after 35 years. June 13th. 2013.